I thought it's 2 points that got away. I think Hull did enough to get to win the game. I thought they were, I suppose as a coach the main thing you ask for is effort and desire, and I thought Hull, had that in buckets loads on Saturday night. Maybe a little bit of smartness and they'd have got the victory. And I think maybe the rub of the green again. A couple of calls, 50-50 calls. I think that the try at the end, I think it was the right call. Maybe a little harsh, if that makes sense, but I thought it was the right call. But on another day, if there's no video referee, that's a try. And that's a bit controversial in my book, where it's, depending whether you're on TV, it's a big advantage for the French that they have every home game on TV. But, looking back on the game in the whole, I certainly think it's 2 points that Hull should have, brought back from France on Saturday night.
What positives can they take from that performance?
I think there's lots of positives. Again, they're working well. I thought the forwards were very, very good. I thought Minicello was outstanding, and I thought Watts wasn't too far behind him. I think the form of Liam Watts is getting better week in and week out, and he's a big plus for Hull FC. And Westerman again showing some nice touches, starting to find his feet again. And I think Hull aren't too far. A huge game this week for Hull. I really do believe it's a big game against Leeds this week, but. To go to France and be in the game and probably should have got something out of it when there's only Leeds who've gone over there this season and won. You've got to take some positives in the defeat, but at the end of the day it's still a defeat.
This weekend's game against Leeds, the first of two, one in the league, one in the cup. If you had a choice of winning one, which one would it be?
That's a big call. That's a big call. Putting my rugby league hat on, I would probably say the league game is more important, because to get in that top 8, in my opinion, is more important than progressing in the Challenge Cup. But as a fan's head, if you're asking me as a fan, would I like a trip to Wembley? Of course I would. So it's a tough one, and I'm sure Hull haven't put any emphasis on one being more important than the other. And I think both will be equally as important, and Lee will be hoping to get 2 points in the league and then knock them out the Challenge Cup. So as I said, looking at it in the bigger picture, in my opinion, the league game is definitely more important. But obviously, the Challenge Cup's massively important for the club as well.
What is the key to beating Leeds?
I think Leeds have, maybe hit a stumbling block at the minute. I think that the form in the start of the season was really good. I thought, Adam Cuthbertson was fantastic. And people didn't know how to play him. And I think maybe now teams are adjusting to how Leeds are playing off the back of a Cuthbertson offload. And you saw on Thursday night with a great cast performance that Leeds aren't beatable. The top players, however you butter it up, are coming to the end. Maguire's been fantastic this season, but his best days are behind him. Rob Burrow, his best days are behind him. John Buchanan, Jamie Peacock, Carl Lulwai, have all been good, but their best days are behind them. Mother Nature there's no respect for rugby league or whatever. As you get older, you get slower, and you lose something. And I think probably, even though Leeds have been great this season, and been top of the table for most of that season, I do believe they're beatable. And I think Hardacre has been a big miss for them, because he's got that pace and that quality at that back, and Tom Briscoe's been a big miss for them as well. And I think them two will be near in return, and Leeds and their coaching staff will be hoping it's sooner rather than later. But Hull are in a decent run of form themselves, so I think they're certainly, for me, I think Hull can get a victory this weekend.